Welcome to the Wander Creative Podcast, your guide to digital marketing. Journey with us as we navigate organic social strategies, discover the latest in paid advertising, and explore current trends in content creation. Your weekly roadmap to figuring out the ever-changing digital world starts now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wander Creative Podcast. I am your host for this episode, Dan Russo. I am the Director of Digital Marketing here at Wander Creative. I know I've said it a ton, but I'm excited to be in season 2 with you guys.
So excited.
It's been a long time coming. I am joined here by Jenny and Chloe, who are both social media pros at Wander Creative. They absolutely rock it. So today we're talking about, the top platforms you need to be on in social media and how important it is to kind of be up in, on the trends, up to date and stuff. So I'll first off, just would love to hear from you guys a little bit about yourselves and your history with social media and social media management.
Yeah. So I'm Jenny. I've been a graphic design and digital marketing person for nearly 15 years. And every job that I've been a part of has had some form of social media in it. About 5 years ago, I began freelancing, creating a lot of social media graphics. And then in the last year and a half, I've been a full-time social media manager, strategist, and consultant.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm Chloe. I am the social media coordinator here at Wander. But I guess my experience in social media kind of started throughout college. I actually just graduated this past May, majored in graphic design as well, actually, but have a lot of experience in just running a lot of social accounts for organizations I was a part of. Did a little side hustle on doing small businesses, revamping social media, took a lot of classes on analytics, social plans, things like that. So very excited to be here.
Amazing. Well, thanks for being here, guys. And I think we're going to just start off by saying you don't need to be on social media. It doesn't matter. I'm just kidding.
That's actually what we're here for.
Yeah, that's, who needs it? No, it's very important. So we're actually just going to dive right in. We're just going to say let's go in reverse order. So what are the most important platforms you need to be on and why? So we'll start with maybe 3 and then go 2 and then we'll hit with the most important.
So bottom 3.
Start with, start with the third. And then you go to the second most important, and then up to the most. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to take this one first, and I'm going to go a little bit rogue here. And I just want to preface this by saying that by no means do you have to be on every single platform.
Yeah.
And it is the most important thing for you to be consistent on the platforms that you are on.
Right.
So
you're going to say Truth Social is the most important, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. No. All right. Yeah. Let's hear it.
That's hilarious. So if you can only maintain one social media platform at a time and master that before you get to another one, show up there, build a community, a strategy until you feel comfortable expanding. And then just because it's far worse to be on every single platform and show up for your audience twice a month and you're not building anything.
Right.
Yeah. You're not helping yourself, you're not helping your community. And then when your platform is stale for so long, it's even harder to get that back up and running with the few followers that you do have versus just starting a brand new account.
Right.
So be intentional about that. With that being said, we'll go into Dan's first, second, third order. I'm going to start with order 3, the number 3.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want me to say
Reverse.
why or just what it is?
Yeah, sure. And
Yeah,
why?
some reasons.
Yeah.
Back up your answer.
Okay. Well, most of it was comparing to some other ones, but
Sure.
anyway. Okay,
we can chime in.
My third one, I'm scared because Chloe's probably going to have a different take.
I'm sure.
No, I
Okay.
mean, that's
It's
good.
fine. That's
not-
good. That's what we're here for.
There's no right answer.
Okay.
It's just our,
I'm going to say TikTok is number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because you can have a lot of followers on there, but that doesn't necessarily convert to sales.
Yeah.
So other platforms have a better opportunity to make revenue streams. However, it's extremely important to have TikTok because you can use your audience as a leverage tool for the other ones. So you can say, I have 100,000 followers on TikTok as you start your Instagram.
Right.
And that
Sure.
gains you validity.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my,
No, I would agree.
where
I think
am
that
there.
TikTok's very much a building platform.
Yeah.
a lot of people solely use TikTok for their like careers. Like people create content on TikTok and that's
Truly.
their job.
Yeah.
But I think for like you were saying, like certain people kind of build off that. And if they have so many followers, then that directs them directly to your Instagram or directly to whatever socials. So no, I agree. Yeah.
Is that number 3 for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it definitely seems.
good.
I mean, it's like
Well-
it is built. What?
Yeah.
She goes.
I'm like, I would maybe say TikTok's number 2, just because I think that it's growing so much. And I think that it's grown so much, like in a fast pace. And I think that looking at even how it started, like it was nothing like it is
100%.
now.
Even the international base, like
Oh,
it's
especially,
huge.
yeah.
Right.
Wait. So what was your number 3? Chloe, I'm talking to if you're listening.
Facebook. And I
Facebook.
But I think personally it's just because it just, I don't know, it matters who you're targeting to. And I
Right.
think it's like if you're catering to a younger audience, Facebook is not it. And I think that especially if you're not running like a marketing like ad campaign, I don't think like if you're just putting your things out, like putting stuff out there and you're like an artist that's
From an
not
organic
running.
standpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think from an organic standpoint, Facebook is kind of obviously needed, but I don't think that it's number 1, you know?
That's a great
Is
take.
that your number
That's a great
1?
take.
It's honestly, Facebook is not on my list.
Wow.
okay.
And
Whoa.
the reason why it isn't is because Instagram is one of them that's on my list. But if you're only going to be on 3 platforms, let's say,
Yeah.
you can connect Instagram and Facebook,
Right.
and basically
That's true.
low level connect on both.
That's true.
I will say, don't sleep on Facebook Reels.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should
for
be
sure.
on there. To me, when I was doing a priority of 1, 2, 3, Facebook would have been 4 for me.
Okay.
Wow.
But the caveat to that is that it's essentially tied with 2 as Instagram, because you could
Right.
just
It's 1 and
you
1,
could just
yeah.
post with it. So
Right.
that's kind of
Okay.
There are different strategies for Facebook.
So-
Obviously, communities are built there differently. So
So what's your number 2?
number 2
Yeah.
is Instagram.
Okay. That's great. Yep. And why?
Yeah. So for Instagram, for me, it's being able to build a community there and converting them into sales.
Yeah.
The downside to that is that it is more of a quicker conversion there. So my number 1, I'll wait to say what that is, but there is an opportunity for more sales long term. So Facebook, you'll have a reel and it might go viral, but it's going to go viral for a week, and then no one's
Right.
going to go back to that when you've posted, 30 posts above it, unless somebody's coming to your page to binge and
Right,
potentially follow you. So you have to continuously put content out there.
Yeah.
And so it's not really the best passive
Totally.
opportunity.
Totally.
So
That's good. Chloe, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. That's good.
I just think that it's most, in my eyes, accessible and easy to use. I think especially from someone that's starting out in social media, Instagram can be very overwhelming, but also is very useful, or what is that word? Like
yeah.
user friendly.
yes,
maybe?
user friendly.
totally.
Yes. And I think that it's very much a display platform. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can immediately go to someone's profile and you
Yep.
can, in the first 2 seconds of looking at it, see what they're like about, like see their personality, and it's just like displayed right in front of you.
I will give Instagram so much credit.
Yeah.
And I know it's meta, but when they first released a stories like feature, I remember rolling my eyes
Yeah.
and thinking they're just trying to be like Snapchat.
Right.
Then they released Reels and I was like, they're just copying TikTok now. Like all they do are copy the successful, but they do it well.
Right.
So it's like now I enjoy watching Reels. Now stories are really where I spend most of my time on
Yeah.
Instagram
Because
now.
it's so
The
accessible.
algorithm
like,
is so good.
Algorithm's great. Even their shopping feature where it's like now you can tag items
It's
and directly
so-
shop.
yeah,
I'm
convenient.
I'm impressed
Yeah.
with their ability to like stand on the shoulders of giants. I know I've said that on
Right.
this podcast, and like to mimic, but then to do it, I think as
In their
well,
own
if not
way.
better, and
Yeah.
or in their own way. So yeah, I give credit
and
to
they
that
listen
for sure.
to their audience.
Yeah,
They're
it's true.
constantly
because there's been features
iterating.
that come out that everyone absolutely
Yeah.
hates, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get rid of that.
So I'm actually excited.
or we're gonna make it easier
Yeah.
for you
Right,
with templates
exactly.
or something.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to hear Jenny's number 1, but I will
know.
say that actually so far I would put Instagram at 1 just for those reasons.
Okay.
That it's so diverse in like reels,
Right.
stories, general posts, with also shopping features and stickers and now you can react with GIFs, which is GIFs. I don't know which camp you're in, but you can react with those now in the comments. Like I just think it's like they're stepping it up always. So, but let's hear it. All right, Jenny's
I feel like
number
that's
one.
really like a drum
Ready?
roll thing.
Yeah.
My number one is YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
forgot
right.
about YouTube.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's good.
Yeah, YouTube is absolutely number one for me. If you think about it, they're owned by Google, so
Right.
they are indirectly the number 2 search engine in the world.
Yeah.
And so if you go on Google and you type, how do I make a really great cup of coffee? I mean, and a YouTube video is going to show up for you, or the difference between this coffee maker and that coffee maker. You're going to find that, and it's evergreen. It's going to show up in 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can have the opportunity to build more passive income. Or if you're an artist, you have the opportunity to have your music in front of people for a long period of time, and you can create your own channel, your own playlist, your own community page, and then also in turn have ad revenue or put links in your bio to direct people to different places. And so it does have the better opportunity for you to have a passive stream of income, even if you're an artist, if you're a content creator, if you're a blogger, whatever it might be. And people are consuming longer clips of video. So if you go on YouTube, a lot of people watch it as their nightly TV. They'll just create a queue and go through it. Kids are on YouTube, but if you have a 5-minute video, people are going to watch it. If you have a 20-minute video, people are going to watch it an hour, whatever it might be. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. True.
You've created a whole brand around just being funny. So to me, that would be where I would start. Especially if you're an artist, if you're a content creator, I wouldn't sleep on Instagram or TikTok. I would, if you can only afford to do one platform at a time, I would at least secure the usernames for the other platforms, and then either do the lowest level of multi-posting. So like if you're going to post a short on YouTube, post a reel and a TikTok, that's the same thing. If you can't afford to diversify or find a strategy that's different for each one, because that is important too, to have a different strategy. But
that's good. That's good.
I love it.
I mean, those are the top 3 that you think our clients and you guys suggest our clients should be on. And again, that list was Facebook. Was it technically on there? I think it was TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube were between us the top platforms. But that being said, we recommend our clients and people listening in should be on those. What are y'all's personal favorite? Just like a quick little icebreaker deal in
like
there.
in our own life.
Yeah, like what's the one you personally enjoy the most?
Instagram. I'm just an Instagram girl. Like I have loved Instagram. It consumes way too much of my time for me not to say Instagram.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Don't look at the phone usage.
Don't look at my screen time.
It's too much.
It's my job. That's my excuse.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
supposed
It's
to be
work.
I'm supposed to be searching, scrolling through my phone all the time.
Amazing, Jenny.
It's Instagram.
See, mine's Instagram too. That's okay.
It's just, I don't know.
I get it.
For me, it's just created the perfect experience for me over all the years. The algorithm is so good that it has given me the people that I love to follow.
Yeah.
And when I show up there every single day, it pulls the top people that I want to see to the top.
It's so good. So, I mean, Jenny, I know you kind of touched on this when you were talking about your tops, but in terms of our clients and people listening in saying maybe they're just getting started, maybe they just launched a brand, maybe they're a new artist, whatever it may be, and they're starting their social media journey. What kind of pressure should they have to be on all the platforms? Like, is there like all the ones we'd mentioned, all that, like, how do you start and which one do you start on based on the industry you're in?
Like if you're just starting out, let's say.
Yeah.
Goodness, it's so hard because it's so important to be active on social media. Some artists, even ones we manage and ones we don't, like you can tell if they enjoy curating that audience or that experience for people just because of how much they show up. I mean, you look at even people that we don't manage, you can see when somebody wants to be there, when they want to show up. And so I would definitely make that a priority when you are on these channels. Like, don't just leave your team or a buddy to post these things, really get involved and engaged. But I would definitely say, as an artist, if you're like a music artist, I would definitely say YouTube. For sure. Just being able to put your music out there. I mean, you can generate a lot of awareness, especially with shorts. Yeah. You can put, a 4-minute song on there, a music video, anything like that. And then you can cut those up, the shorts. You can put the shorts directly on Reels or,
Yeah. Chloe, what do you think?
I don't know. I think that if you're starting out, I think there's a lot of pressure on social media. Like it can be so overwhelming, especially with someone that's not like has been so stubborn against social media. And then they're like first getting on and they're like, oh, I have to jump on every single trend that's coming on. Like, this is horrible. Like, I hate it. And and then that like is noticeable, like to all of your followers, like you don't want to be creating this. And like you don't put a lot of effort into it, and then it kind of gets lost in the algorithm or whatever. And I don't know. Like I think that maybe starting with like 3 platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and then gauging how well like you enjoy being on them and like which one you actually enjoy creating content for and you want to put the most time into. Yeah. And I think starting out, it's just, I don't know. I think.
I also you go ahead.
Well, I just feel like there's this perception that you have to show up every day. Yes. And that's not a reality. Right. If you create a strategy and you make every post have a purpose, if you give it an action, then you see if that action happens. And if it doesn't, then you pivot. But if you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to show up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's all I can afford. That's all my energy has. Then show up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that's all you do. Take the weekends off. Take Tuesday, Thursday to yourself. And then when you feel comfortable with that, build on it.
Right.
Or if you see like, okay, this type of post is getting more traction, lean into it.
I would say in terms of the platform you choose if you're starting, I would also say do not sleep on the the data. And so it's like get on Facebook or Instagram or one of these and then like really dive into who are your demographics and then really be researching where are those people. If your demographics are men 25 to 35, what platforms are those men on? If you're looking at, women 40 to 60, then you're hitting Facebook for sure. But it's I just think it's like a very good thing to like, even, I'm biased, but from the ad standpoint, it's always so important to be like, where do we advertise? It's like, well, who is your demographic? Because that will dictate where we put your money. So I think that's huge. Hit me with what the biggest red flag is in social media marketing. What gives you the social media marketing ick? Yeah.
I know. Oh, goodness. Do you have one off the top of your head?
If we're talking about not just what we see on social media, but about social media marketing.
What to stay away from. Yeah.
Like when running your social media?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. That's not where I thought the question was.
I think, okay, I don't know if this is what.
Let's go. Bring it on.
But I think not giving time for growth or expecting the growth to be like in a month or even just like a week. I think, like I was saying, people that join social media for the first time and have been super stubborn about not being on it, and then they want to promote their brand, and then they're mad the first 2 days that they post something and they don't have 2,000 followers. It's like, okay, well, you're also only on the app for 1 hour a day or like 1 hour a week. That's why you have no followers. Like, it's the engagement. It's also not just what you're putting out there. It's what you're engaging with others as well. Like, it's not just a platform that you can post whatever you want, and it's just it just comes.
That's hilarious. So I think Chloe and I interpreted it the same way, because that's exactly what I wrote down. And when you phrased it that way, I was like, oh wait, that's not what I wrote.
No, that's it.
But mine was an expectation for instant results. Because it's not realistic. And some clients, have this perception that when they come to you, they're going to start seeing whatever it is that they want, whether it be growth, engagement, whatever. And they don't offer the time for it to build. I mean, you're not going to have those results tomorrow.
Right.
And instead of leaning into ick things to get you there, you just have to have time and patience and understand that it can happen if you're doing it the right way.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I think that's one of the damaging things to kind of the TikTok, Instagram algorithmic culture now, is like, well, if I do this, I'm gonna explode. Like this
Yeah,
will
I'm
get
gonna go viral.
huge
And
in
it's
a
just,
day.
it's
And
like only jumping on the trends and not
Right.
having like a platform or voice. Like you're
Right.
not, if even if it doesn't apply to like what you've put out there,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, well, I think that we should really do this because
Yeah.
it's going to make me go viral.
Yeah.
And it's like, that literally would look horrible
Well,
on your
and-
social
yes,
media.
Yeah, 100%. And I also, there's grace too, because I understand that if you're a small artist, if you're a small business, it's not like social media is a cog in a large machine that's very pivotal. It's like if you're just starting out, that is the machine.
Exactly.
Like that's what you got.
It's free.
It's your
right
stepping
now.
stone. Yeah.
It's like
it can
a
be
new
free
artist.
marketing.
Yeah.
It can be as little
So-
or as high of a
Yeah.
pay thing that you want it to be.
So I understand like the expectation of, well, I mean, this is what I'm
Yeah.
launching it on. So I'm hoping, but it's just, it's not a reality necessarily. It can be, but just the expectation that, yeah, well, I've launched an Instagram, so I'm going to be huge now.
In setting those expectations,
Yeah.
and we do with clients just make sure that there's an understanding there
Mm-hmm.
that it does take time.
Yeah.
And also as we're getting new content for clients,
Mm-hmm.
we have to edit that and get that up and going and create a strategy around it. So it's not instant.
Yeah, 100%. Well, guys, so there's one more question left, and I'm excited about this one. But I mean, so many social, yeah. So many social media platforms, so many features within each platform too. I think that's so hard to keep up. Like, all right, YouTube Shorts released this new, or like, all right, now Meta is doing XYZ. How do you keep up with that? Like, if you're a small business or a new artist, anywhere in between, how do you keep up with that?
I would say just being active and like doing your research. Like if you are wanting to stay on, like, I mean, we've been saying on trend, but
Yeah.
I think being on the platform that you're wanting to post on and seeing what other people are doing is going to be your best friend, because you're never going to know what's trending or what's like going to benefit you unless you're active and you're on the app and you're scrolling through and you're getting inspiration and getting, and like researching, okay, what's going to be this next month, like following people that are similar to you or similar to like your platform kind of thing. But that would be my.
Yeah, I would say, for me personally, I just consume a lot of social media,
Right.
but if and follow a lot of people that I know, like, and trust. And so if you are just starting out, find those people or identify 3 to 5 artists that you align with and engage with their content. Make it a priority. Make it a calendar item on your to-do list. And just say, okay, for 10 minutes today, I'm going to go look at these 3 accounts and I'm going to comment something productive. I'm going to add to the conversation. Don't just post and be like, oh, that was an awesome video.
Right.
I mean, really be intentional, because somebody's going to find your comment and they're going to be like, oh, who's this? And they're going to go over there and follow. But also lean into the items that each account or that each platform is adding, and like lean into that. If Reels go crazy, like lean into it, because the biggest thing with that is that as a platform is releasing a new feature, they are going to prioritize that in their algorithm because they want it to be successful.
Yep.
So if you show up and do that thing, it's hard because change, we don't like change.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you just give it a try, if you lean into it, it's just like, if you are a recording artist, the first time you get into the studio, it's going to be weird.
Right.
You're going to be like, oh my God, what is this? How do I do this? But over time, you learn. So every time you do it, you're going to get better.
Yeah.
So that's, my advice would just be to lean into it.
Right.
And I think when in doubt, buy your followers, Just kidding.
Don't listen.
That's
to
not
that.
our advice.
He's lying.
That's not it. Thank you guys so much for being on this podcast, sharing all your expertise. I know that even being in the industry with you guys, I learn a lot from hearing you guys talk about social
Yeah,
stuff.
and I'll plug one more thing. If you are not sure what to do, follow at Wander Creative.
Yeah,
Yes,
come
we'll
on.
give you a bunch of tips.
At Wander Creative. Yes, happy to do that. Thank you guys so much for
love
being
it.
on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Thank you.
For those of you guys listening, tune back in next week and we will have another episode.
Thanks for joining us for the Wanda Creative Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And if you missed any of the highlights, Don't worry, you can get all of the show notes at wandercreative.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for the Digital Drop to get new episode alerts and also receive the latest digital marketing news, tips, and tools delivered straight to your inbox. Until next time.